Hello, New Beginnings Church. It is week 13 of our Bible Challenge. It is Easter week, and I hope you're looking forward with anticipation to our services this Sunday. We're in the midst of prayer and fasting this week, and we're trusting the Lord for salvations, restoration, and healings. Please invite someone to church. God's on the move, and we want to be right in the middle of all that He's going to do. Right now, let's look at this week's Bible reading. We had in the Old Testament, Joshua chapters 4 through 20. Joshua has taken over leadership of Israel. They speak about the conquest of Canaan, the miraculous crossing of the Jordan, the victory at Jericho. Israel's defeated at Ai because there's disobedience in the camp. But once the disobedience is taken care of, then there's victory at Ai. Joshua builds an altar, and all of Israel worships the Lord. Then there's victory over the Amorites. And during the battle with the Amorites, Joshua prays, "Let the sun and the moon stand still." And the day is lengthened so that the battle can continue until all of the Amorites are destroyed. Then there's the conquest of northern Canaan. 31 kings are conquered by Joshua, and the boundaries are established for each tribe of Israel. God gives a directive then that cities of refuge are to be established. The cities of refuge are a picture of Jesus Christ. Now, what would happen is if you unintentionally killed someone, you could run to the city of refuge and be safe. At the city, you would be tried by the community to confirm your innocence, and if your innocence was confirmed, you could live in that city, safe from any retaliation, but you must stay there until the death of the high priest, who was in office at the time of the killing. Then the innocent person could finally go home. Well, Jesus is our city of refuge. We can run to Him and we are safe. It was our sin that killed Jesus. We were guilty, but He became our high priest, and He died, but He rose again, so that now we can go home to our Father. Now to the New Testament, Luke chapters 2 through 5. We have the birth of Jesus, Simeon's prophecy, "Now I can die in peace. I have seen the salvation of the Lord that you are giving to all people. He is the light to reveal God to the nations and the glory of Israel." And then we see Jesus in the temple discussing deep questions with the religious leaders, and they're all amazed at His knowledge. We read that Jesus grew in wisdom, and then Jesus is baptized by John the Baptist. And then Jesus' ministry begins. He casts out demons. He heals Peter's mother-in-law. He calls his first disciples. He heals a man of leprosy. He heals a paralyzed man. And Jesus begins teaching. Luke 4, in Luke 4, Jesus is in the local synagogue, and he picks up the scroll of Isaiah, and he begins to read. "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord." Then he closed the book, he gave it back to the attendant, and he sat down. The eyes of all who were in the synagogue were fixed on him, and he began to say to them, "Today, this scripture is fulfilled in your hearing." Well, Jesus is still healing the brokenhearted. He's still setting captives free, and He's still opening the eyes of the blind. Let Jesus be your city of refuge. Run to Him in all your times of trouble. He is your rock, your fortress, your deliverer, your salvation, and your healer. Well, that's all for today. Remember, we have 3 services on Sunday, 8:30, 10 o'clock, and 11:30. It's going to be a wonderful Easter. Bring someone who needs a place of refuge. Bring someone who needs to be set free. Bring someone who needs Jesus. Until next time, God is on His throne. His promises are true. The devil is a liar. And Jesus Christ is the victor.